welcome back to somebody on the F1 Journal. And today we are doing our Constructors Championship predictions for 2024. Yes, it's just around the corner again, that time of year, and yeah, I'm very intrigued by this season's F1 action. Will the changes be? Obviously no driver changes, but yeah, could we see differences in performances? Who knows, but let's predict it. And starting off with 10th place, I'm saying Haas will remain in 10th. Yeah, to be honest, there's been, even the team principal himself, Ayuka Matsu, has said Haas will come out and be slowest. There was nothing in the pre-season testing that really kind of disproved my belief that this will happen. So yeah, I'm going to say Haas will be in 10th place. But I think hopefully as the season goes on, they'll be more competitive. In ninth, I'm going to say Sauber, Stake, whatever they're called now. Yeah, I just don't feel like they've really made the improvements very high. I feel like a lot of that team is focused on 2026 already, and yeah, that could kind of lead to these current generation cars being forgotten. But yeah, I don't know. I just can't really see much beyond a lower midfield finish for Sauber. In 8th, I've gone for Williams. Williams looks okay in pre-season testing. Do they really look to take the jump that some others have taken, such as the RB? I'm personally not so sure. We know it's all about James Vowles' long-term plan, so maybe if it takes one step backwards to go 2 steps forward, it could be something like that. I think Albon will grab some points, but I think, yeah, lots of questions also remain over Logan Sargent and what he can do in that second car. Moving on into 7th, and I'm going to say Alpine. There have been some people predicting that Alpine will be an absolute disaster and be the slowest team. I personally don't believe a works team will be, like that slow, to be honest. You never know, it is Alpine. But yeah, I think even if they are to start off with, their development rate throughout the season will exceed those of the lower teams down there. But moving on into 6th, and I'm going to say the RB. I think, yeah, I can kind of see RB taking heavy influence from last year's Red Bull, kind of like an Aston Martin that we've seen in recent years, which could definitely help them out. So yeah, I'm going to say that they'll progress up the order, and hopefully a really tight battle between Tsunoda and Ricciardo, a driver battle that I'm really looking forward to. In 5th, I'm going to say Aston Martin. Yeah, I think Aston Martin definitely were 5th fastest towards the end of last season, and obviously have that big disadvantage when you come to the top team battle of Lance Stroll, who probably just won't quite pull his weight. So yeah, I'm going to say it'll be Aston Martin, P5. I think, yeah, it will be close between them, McLaren and Mercedes, but just not quite good enough for them. But moving on into 4th, and that's going to be McLaren. Yeah, it's a bit of a toss-up between them and Mercedes. I think McLaren maybe in some ways will be a bit disappointed with their test, but I think they'll still be there or thereabouts, just maybe not quite as high up as they maybe had hoped for. But I think, yeah, there definitely are signs to be optimistic. Piastri will come on even more in his second season, and I think overall they will have enough to challenge Mercedes, but just not quite beat the Brackley base team into 3rd. With Lewis Hamilton leaving, it will be very interesting to see how that all gets handled. But yeah, I think Mercedes is a strength for their driver lineup. I think they will have a slight advantage at the start of the season. And I think, yeah, they will pick up points consistently enough to get P3 in the Constructors' Championship. But yeah, they just look off the pace of the top 2. In 2nd, I'm going to say Ferrari. If Ferrari can genuinely be relatively close to Red Bull, then you never know, they might even be able to challenge Red Bull for wins and stuff like that, because obviously we know that Sergio Perez can be very far off the pace at points, but yeah, I think they will still probably just be too much behind. Red Bull has such a big advantage, so yeah, number 1 I'm going to go for Red Bull. Yeah, I think Red Bull will have just about enough this season. I think, yeah, that car was so dominant, they take it on another step. It was a risk, but based off of pre-season testing, I think it's definitely worked. And yeah, I'd be surprised to see any team toppling them, even if maybe they don't have a number 2 that's quite on the level of the likes of Leclerc, Sainz, Hamilton. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on our socials. Link in the description below for daily F1 news, meme, and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.